Hello students, welcome to EduFunday. I am a chemistry mentor for the topic hydrogen and its compounds, and we are going to discuss permanent hardness part 1. What causes permanent hardness? It is due to the presence of soluble salts of magnesium and calcium in the form of chlorides and sulfates in water. We have already discussed about temporary hardness, और जो temporary hardness है that is due to the presence of bicarbonates, carbonates in water. But permanent hardness is due to the presence of salts of calcium and magnesium in the forms of chlorides and sulfates. It can't be removed by boiling. We have already seen that temporary hardness can be removed by simply boiling, but permanent hardness requires some proper methods, out of which first is treatment with washing soda. What is washing soda? Sodium carbonate. So washing soda, when reacts with soluble calcium and magnesium chlorides and sulfates which are present in hard water, they form insoluble carbonates. So here is the reaction, that is metal chloride plus washing soda, that is sodium carbonate, reacts to give metal carbonate, NaCl. And metal over here is magnesium or calcium. Next is metal sulfate. When reacts with sodium carbonate, then it gives metal carbonate and sodium sulfate. Next method to remove permanent hardness is Calgon's method. In Calgon method, the Calgon is sodium hexametaphosphate, and the chemical formula of sodium hexametaphosphate is Na6P6O18. And when Calgon is added to hard water, the following reactions take place. Let us see the reaction. Actually, this Calgon is used as an anion in the Calgon's method. So we are having this di-positive anion which reacts with anion to give this complex anion and Na positive ion. And metal over here is magnesium and calcium which is present in hard water. This complex anion keeps the magnesium and calcium ions in the solution in the form of PPT because this anion is insoluble in water. Next method to remove permanent hardness is ion exchange method, which is also known as zeolite or permutate method. What is happening in this method? Hydrate sodium aluminium silicate is called zeolite, and when this zeolite is added in hard water, exchange reactions takes place. Let us see the reaction. This is NaZ, that is sodium aluminium silicate, which is having the chemical formula AlSiO4. When it reacts with ion, that is calcium or magnesium ion, which is present in hard water, it gives the compound Mz2 and sodium ions are released. Yes, as I already told you, metal over here is magnesium or calcium that is present in hard water. This zeolite will be exhausted when all the sodium in it is used up. But to rectify this problem, aqueous sodium chloride solution, that is known as brine solution, is added, which regenerates zeolite for further use. And that reaction involves Mz2 plus NaCl. And what is NaCl? It is brine solution. when these two reactants react, it gives an AZ, that is sodium aluminium silicate. So that is how we can regenerate sodium aluminium silicate for further use. Yes, we can again use it to remove permanent hardness of water. So permutate process for water softening. Here is the process. This is gravel, and what is this? Zeolite, and hard water is going from this chamber, and what is happening? It reacts with permutate, or we can say zeolite, to release the soft water, and the waste of the reaction will be removed through this pipe. And then again, to regenerate permutate or zeolite, we are using brine solution over here. Next is permanent hardness part 2. Synthetic resin method. Nowadays, hard water is softened by using synthetic resin method, and nowadays it is the most effective method to remove permanent hardness. This method is more efficient and effective than ion exchange method or zeolite method. What is happening in this method? This method consists of cation exchange resins and anion exchange resins. And cation exchange resins contain large organic molecules with SO3H or COOH group. These two are acidic groups. And anion exchange resins contain giant organic molecules with basic group derived from amines. For example, RNH3 positive, OH negative. And from this method, we get demineralized or deionized water that is free from all soluble mineral salts in the hard water. What are cation exchange resins? In this cation exchange process, H positive exchanges for sodium, calcium, magnesium and other cations present in water. For example, permanent hardness in ions की वजह से cause हो रही है. So, what will this cation exchange resins do? They will exchange H positive that is present in the acidic group attached to the giant organic molecule by the other ions which are present in hard water. And this process results in proton release and thus makes the water acidic. This cation exchange resins will exchange H positive by the other ions present in hard water, and which will result in the increase of acidity of water, because H positive ions की concentration water में increase हो जाएगी. Therefore, the reaction involved is RH plus M dipositive will give Mr2 plus H positive ions. So these H positive ions are free in water. Next is anion exchange resins. In anion exchange process, OH negative exchanges for anions like Cl negative, bicarbonate ion, sulfate ions, etc. present in water. What we were doing from cation exchange resins, we were replacing H positive by the other cations present in hard water, and with anion exchange resins we are exchanging OH negative ions with other anions which are present in hard water, and the reaction involved is RNH2 plus water, RNH3 positive, OH negative. So what will happen? This again react with X negative, that means the anions which are present in hard water, to give RNH3 positive, X negative, plus OH negative, and these OH negative ions are free in the water. As we know, we are getting H positive ions from cation exchange resins and OH negative ions from anion exchange resins. So what will happen next? These H positive ions and OH negative ions will combine to give water. And that is why we will get demineralized or deionized water from this method. So here is a note that the exhausted cation and anion exchange resin beds are regenerated by treatment with dilute acid and alkali solution respectively. So we can regenerate these anion and cation exchange resins. This is the diagrammatical representation of synthetic resin method. Inlet will go into the cation exchange resins bed. Then what will happen? Cations free water. It will give cations free water. Then it will again pass through anion exchange resins bed, which will give demineralized water. Next is degree of hardness. And the definition is, degree of hardness is defined as the number of parts by weight of calcium carbonate present per a particular number of parts by weight of water. And representation of hardness is, if 10 to the power 6 gram of water contains 162 gram of calcium bicarbonate, or B, 146 gram of magnesium bicarbonate, or C, 111 gram of calcium chloride, or D, 95 gram of magnesium chloride, or E, 120 gram of magnesium sulfate, or F, 136 gram of calcium sulfate. So degree of hardness will be equal to weight of substance in grams into 10 to the power 8 divided by gram molar weight of substance into weight of water sample in grams. So this is the formula of degree of hardness. Then degree of hardness is directly proportional to 1 by gram molecular weight of substance. So here is one question, that 100 kg of a sample of water contained 6 gram of magnesium sulfate. The degree of hardness is, and here is the answer, degree of hardness will be equal to weight of substance in grams into 10 to the power 8 divided by gram molecular weight of substance into weight of water sample in grams. So let us put all the values in the formula to get 6 into 10 to the power 8 by 120 into 100 into 10 to the power 3. So that will be equal to 50 ppm. So the degree of the given solution is equal to 50 ppm. There is one more question. Different samples of water containing each 100 ppm of calcium chloride, magnesium sulfate, calcium sulfate and magnesium chloride, among them which will have greater hardness. What will be the answer? Magnesium chloride. First is 111 gram of calcium chloride. Second is 95 gram of magnesium chloride. Third is 120 gram of magnesium sulfate. Fourth is 136 gram of calcium sulfate. What are these digits? These are the molecular weights of respective compounds. So the answer is magnesium chloride, and the degree of hardness is directly proportional to 1 by gram molecular weight of substance. That is why magnesium chloride is having the greatest mass among these. That is why it will be having highest degree of hardness. That's all for this topic. Thanks for watching.